Welcome, folks. I'm Jabby Kaway, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
What's up?
We're looking at the Rings of Power pitch meeting by Ryan George. Is pitch meeting. Thanks so much for joining us. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and pretty please vote this up. Let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. While you're subscribing and upvoting, subscribe to pitch meeting. There's a link in the description below if you want to click on that, give the original video an upvote, subscribe to them, him, you know, Ryan George, and his personal channel as well. From there, what was your favorite Rings of Power episode?
I like the one where there was a lot of fighting.
I liked when it ended.
You know what? For all of the trolling, there were moments that I genuinely enjoyed from it, and I did get emotional at the end, especially when the scene with the Harfoots, where the little young one was leaving with Gandalf. Yeah.
Yeah, I genuinely enjoyed when it ended. You said your thing as if I was being disingenuous. I was being genuine.
I seem to remember you kind of having sometimes a good time at some points when it ended.
When it ended. The last episode.
So, you have a new show for me? Yes, sir, I do. I was thinking we make a Lord of the Rings show. That's a recognizable name. It sure is, sir. So all we have to do is spend a bunch of money on the rights, and it's a guaranteed hit. And also make a good show that people will like, presumably. I mean, yeah, no. We'll see how it goes. Amazing. So what happens in this thing? Well, it's gonna take place like thousands of years before the Lord of the Rings trilogy, right? And we're gonna follow Galadriel. Is that how people are gonna pronounce things the whole time? Numenor. It's pretty distracting. Morgoth. Sauron. Oh, please stop that. Sorry. So anyway, Galadriel's brother was killed by Sauron back in the day, so she's been trying to hunt him down. Okay. And nobody really believes her, but she's still like pushing on the search through the snow, risking people's lives, being real mean to everyone, and they're gonna get attacked by an ice troll. Oh no. Yeah, this thing's super strong. It's taken out elves, but then Galadriel is so strong, she takes this thing out with no problem at all. Yeah, she's so good, it's not even a danger for her. She was never in danger at all. That's kind of, so the main character's never in any danger? Never, because she's so good. Not super exciting, actually. Not a danger on her horizon. Nothing's a threat for her. All right. Anyway, so the other elves are like, okay, we'll stop putting us in danger, and they put her on a ship to Valinor. Stop. And so they're basically sending her there to get rid of her. Oh, so what does she do? Well, just as they're getting there, she decides to jump off the ship into the water. Is she planning to swim back to Middle Earth? Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah. Oh my God, you're serious. She's Galadriel. She can do anything.
How do you feel about the names? Like them being so difficult to pronounce. I only ask this because I just got done playing God of War Ragnarok, and there are so many names that are based in Norse mythology, and I'm like, every time they say a name, I'm like, yeah, that's a noise. I don't know what you say. I can't commit that to memory. And like, I see it sometimes, and what I really look for is like the key in the game that goes, you can do this here. I don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I personally don't mind. I have a name that is difficult for many people to say. Yeah. So like, yeah, it doesn't bother me. I think it's kind of cool, but it cracks me up every time he does it in this video, because I'm like, they really made an effort with the like Numenor and like Galadriel and all of that, and just to be extra exotic or something.
Or so, just extra.
Just extra elven. Like I always used to get a little bit annoyed at some of my friends who were so into Lord of the Rings, and then they'd start like spouting stuff in elven, and I'm like, I don't even think that's a real language though. So,
it is a real language.
Like, calm down.
No, J.R.R. Tolkien, like, legit made a language.
I know he did, but, like, it's a made-up language.
Yes, but it's functional.
And then as she's swimming back, she's gonna come across some shipwrecked people, including this one guy, Halbrand. And what's his deal? Oh, well, he and Galadriel are gonna kind of team up throughout the season, but then at the end of the season, there's gonna be this big reveal that he's actually Sauron. So while swimming across an ocean, Galadriel just happened to run into the evil being she's been looking for. Yes. That works. Oh, thank God. So eventually they end up at this place called Numenor.
Isn't it possible that he engineered this? Like he put himself into her path?
I'm trying to like think back to the show. I don't think that was like an on purpose thing, but if you believe in destiny and stuff, then perhaps.
So eventually they end up at this place called Numenor. And what happens there? Well, she tries to convince the Queen Regent to give her a ship to go back to Middle Earth. Oh, she's got to do some diplomatic relations, huh? How does she handle that? With massive disrespect. You'll see, sir, this isn't the Galadriel we know from the Lord of the Rings movie. She's still young and immature. Right, okay. She's only a couple thousand years old at this point. Well, anyway, also during this season, we're gonna follow these little creatures called the Harfoots. And they're gonna find this really tall magical man who fell from the sky. A tall magical man, huh? And he's got a beard and long hair and a long robe. So he's Gandalf. No? That's definitely Gandalf, though, right? Okay, well, sir, it's going to be kind of a big reveal later. Obviously, being Gandalf is tight.
I remember when you watched the first episode and you were like, that's Gandalf. I'm like, no, it can't be. And then you were right. Super obvious. And then they kept it all the way until the end.
Super obvious, barely an inconvenience.
Right.
It's gonna be a big mystery, sir. No, it's not. Okay, so anyway, the Harfoots that are taking care of this tall magic man, they're very loving and wholesome. Oh, that's nice. Unless you become a minor inconvenience to them, in which case they will leave you to die. Oh, my God. Oh, and also at the beginning of the season, these orcs are gonna be digging tunnels. Like for fun? No, they're up to something. Oh.
Hold on.
That is so true, though, about the Harfoots. It's like they are the most loving, wonderful community until you are an inconvenience, and then they're like, everywhere we go together, or whatever the hell they say. Don't stray off the path, unless then we'll leave you behind, and you die.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, oh, you broke your foot? You're dead to us.
Orcs are gonna be digging tunnels. Like for fun? No, they're up to something. Oh. And they're gonna end up attacking this freaking village in the Southlands. Are the villagers gonna fight? A lot of them are, yeah, because 2 or 3 times per episode, somebody stands up and gives an inspirational speech. Kind of a lot of speeches. It is a lot of speeches. But what, are we supposed to just stand around and not listen to a bunch of speeches? No! Today is when we take our stand. What are you even talking about? I don't even know. I've written so many of those, my brain is basically mush at this point. Anyway, this village is gonna get massacred by orcs. Jeez. Yeah, but luckily Galadriel spent 3 episodes begging the queen for an army, so they sweep in and save the day. How'd they know where and when to show up? Hey, shut up. So then Galadriel is gonna present that Halbrand guy to the villagers and be like, by the way, this is the king of the Southland. So they're all like, oh my God, we have a king? That's great. They're all just super happy. They don't have any questions about that. That's right. Why did she say this guy's king anyway? Because he had this little royal emblem thing on him, but he says he got it off a dead guy. That's pretty suspicious. No, it's not. So everyone's on board with him being king. All right. Anyway, then this bad villager dude is gonna shove this magical sword into a giant Rube Goldberg machine that breaks a dam that fills up the orc tunnels with water, which makes a big volcano go off. What? Yeah, that just happened. Why is that a thing? And then freaking volcanic ash just swoops down and covers up the village, and Galadriel just stands there. Man, it's gonna be tough for people to survive that. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, all the important characters just kind of survive. They do get covered in ash, let me tell you. But very dirty people. Got a lot of cleanup they gotta do. Pyroclastic flows almost 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Right, yeah, no, right, that's pretty hot. I should mention that queen lady does go blind. Oh, I guess her eyes were open? I guess so. So she's like, I don't want people to know that I'm blind. So she puts a big red cloth over her eyes. Smooth move, yeah, that'll do it. Anyway, so then it turns out that was the birth of Mordor. Oh, how are we gonna show that? The on-screen title is gonna change to Mordor. That works. Oh, and another thing that's going on throughout the season is that Elrond, he's from the Matrix movies. That's kind of correct, sir. Anyway, he's trying to get some info out of his dwarf friend, this guy Prince Durin. And what's he trying to get? Well, he's trying to find out what the dwarves are mining, and it turns out it's this stuff called mithril. Okay. But Durin makes Elrond take an oath that he's not gonna tell anyone about this. Oh, sounds pretty serious. Yeah, very serious. But then Elrond's boss is gonna be like, hey, are they mining that stuff? And he's gonna be like, I can't tell you, I took an oath. I mean, that pretty much confirms it, doesn't it? Oh, 100%, yeah, it does. Anyway, the elves need this stuff.
I remember that moment too. It's like, I took an oath. I'm not allowed to say. Wink, wink.
I know.
Inadvertent. Like, come on, dude.
Elves just aren't good at deception. Or maybe they are. That's the thing, though. But come on, Elrond. He's stupid.
I cannot tell you no.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
So stupid. Come on, dude.
Why? Because they'll die if they don't get it. Oh, all right. So then they get a little piece of it and they want to make it into some rings. Oh boy, very important little circles. And Halbrand's gonna suggest to Celebrimbor, one of the best craftsmen in the world, that he could combine some metals together to make the stuff stronger. He's the best in the world and he hadn't thought of that? That's what we're going with. Well, okay then. So then they make the Rings of Power. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Wow. And then Galadriel's gonna figure out that that guy is Sauron and confront him. Oh, so he kills her? He kind of yells and takes off to Mordor, actually. Why? For season 2, I guess. I don't know. Got it. Oh, and those little Harfoots are finally gonna get confirmation that the tall stranger is good.
What is that sound? Is that from his show?
It's not me, I don't think.
That's why I was looking over at you. I'm like, what are you doing? And then I realized it's probably his lapel is probably rubbing.
Oh, okay. Look at you, your little meerkat ears.
Yeah.
But they're finally gonna get confirmation that the tall stranger is good. How do they find that out? He's gonna be like, I am good. That'll do it. And so yeah, that's about it. What do you think? Well, I have to say it.
Did you think the moment was cheesy? A lot of people thought that moment was cheesy. I am good.
It worked on me, though. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you can watch our reaction back. I think I cried.
It was such basic language, but at that moment, like, he was still very basic, like a baby in a way.
Yeah, he made a choice.
Yeah.
He made a choice. He could have gone either way, and he was like, no, I choose to be good.
Yeah.
Which is important. It's an important lesson.
I am good guy.
And so yeah, that's about it. What do you think? Well, I have to say, it's a very recognizable brand name. Sure is, sir. So let's just make sure we make it in a way everybody's gonna love. Absolutely, sir. Or we just throw a bunch of money at it and hope it works out. Oh, that sounds easier. Let's do that.
$1 billion.
$1 billion. Yeah, did you hear? I think I told you yesterday, they recast the actor who played Adar in the show, and there's 7 new recurring characters coming in season 2, but season 2 isn't coming until 2024, so maybe they'll do a better job with season 2 this time.
2024? So it's gonna take like 10 years to wrap this show up? Wait, hold on. Yeah, it's gonna take like 10 years to wrap this show up?
I don't know. This is just what I heard on the Twitters, okay, yesterday, but it's just like, there were already a lot of characters. And then now there's 7 more main characters to get behind on the show. I don't know. We'll just see what happens. We'll see where they take us with it.
I'm excited. If it's boring, at least you get some good sleep material. I don't know, man. For me, my recollection of it was the first episode, excellent. Second episode, all right, I think this is good. And then episode 3 through 7, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why? Even when all that action was happening, I'm just like, I don't care. I just don't care. And then episode 8 was when it all kind of coalesced.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there. Where has this been? And then it ended. 2 years. Vacation. All right, great.
Yeah.
I thought it ended well, but, you know, Amazon's still pitching that shit. Like,
Oh, yeah, they really
When you
are.
get the packages, hey, watch Rings of Power.
It is a very recognizable IP, and I'm still holding out hope that it could get better. I
Yeah.
think I'm just trying to be optimistic, you know?
I think you are being optimistic. That's not trying.
I am being optimistic.
Sorry to be pedantic. I'm just
Pedantic?
pedantic. We're in
Yeah.
a pandemic, so I'm being pedantic.
Pandemonium. Yeah.
So, you guys, thanks so much. I'm Jabby Kuwait. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
Peace out.